it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage. Today we're on episode 3 of the Big Dummies K5 Blazer heater core replacement. Now I'm sitting here in the kitchen. The Big Dummy's having breakfast because he can't get started until he has breakfast. And what I have is this broken door. We're not 100% sure what this door does because when we had it partially apart in the first video, we were watching the door. So Robbie was taking all the controls and moving them back and forth, and we were looking to see if all the doors operated as they should so that we could make a repair while we were taking that box out anyway. This one, it kind of flaps around and follows the AC blend door, so it's got something to do with the air conditioning. We're not 100% sure. We're going to try to figure it out more once we get it back in. But taking it out, you have a rod that goes through this piece, and it sort of, let me get this broken piece in. So the rod goes through this way, and it's a pressed in fit on this end, and the only way to get the rod out is to drive a punch on the outside of the box against the rod and push it back up this way. The problem is there's nothing supporting this side of the plastic. Okay, so I hope you can see it well here. So what happens is as you drive the rod, it breaks that piece of plastic off. And a lot of videos online show this piece. Now this piece of plastic is got the contour of that end of the rod, which is round with a flat on it because they don't want the rod to spin. They want this door to spin, not the rod. So we got to get this doohickey back on this. And we were thinking about using some kind of epoxy or something like that. And then I thought about this welding kit on Amazon, and I'll put a link to it in the description below. We got it heating up. I washed all these things down with some Windex, and I'm using this because it came in the kit. I don't think it's actually doing anything, but I guess we're making sure it's clean. Oh, it's roughening up the surface a little bit. So this is roughening up the surface, and once this heats up, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I roughened up the surface with the supplied metal toothbrush. I'm going to get that out of the way. And now I have my, my broken part, which luckily the crack makes it easy to get back into place. And I am going to, oh, this thing is getting hot. So after about 5 minutes, that thing's pretty hot. I'm going to try to clamp it in place. Not real tight, just to hold it in place so I'm not knocking it loose like I just did. So I got a clamp holding the plastic in place. Alright, so we got our plastic piece clamped in place. Our thing is hot. Now let's take the welding rod. I don't know. I've never done this before, so I have no idea how this is going to work. It says to drip the plastic. Probably should do this outside because it's stinking. Oh, my wife's gonna bitch up the storm with this smell. Robbie, you might want to open that back door.
In the backyard.
All right. There is a little knack to it, I guess. but it doesn't seem to be too difficult if it works. I'm not convinced that this is going to hold the piece. The piece really doesn't have a ton of pressure on it once it's installed, so we really just got to get it to hold good through the install process. When I was reading some of the reviews, they say to apply as much of this plastic welding rod material as you can get away with, as room permits. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to make this part as beefy as we can. Can you leave that door open, Michelle? Thank you.
Open the house down.
Try not to.
Bye.
Of course, she has to say, don't burn the house down. Right? There's no reason to think that I would burn the house down doing this. Robbie, you know, she did that to me in high school one day. I was taking her bicycle. She was going home. It was at night. And she was getting picked up. And
Why couldn't she ride her bike home?
I don't know. Anyway, she was getting picked up. And I was taking a bicycle. You know what she says to me? Don't get hit by a car. Why would she say that? And what happened? What do you think happened? What do you think happened? Robbie? Robbie? Robbie?
Oh, it's funny.
Just listen to the word I said. Alright, so I got a clamp on this other side where from clamping one end seemed to have been moving a little bit, and now we're going to see if we can attach this upper piece here. Now they claim you could sand this even. It's still soft. We're not going to go that crazy. We're just going to try to make sure there's no extra plastic in our way. We don't need to sand it. Could almost smooth it out with the flat piece here. On this side is where I have plenty of room to add a lot of material. That didn't stick. Oh, there it goes. Now, I like to get some extra material right in this like valley right here, because you could see the crack. You know, that's the one spot on the crack I didn't get yet. So I'm gonna start here. I'm just gonna lay a big piece in right here. So all right, so I used about a rod and a half, no, not even, a rod and an inch maybe of material. I got a nice coating of plastic on the outside, on the long side, on the inside. The hole is still good. It looks like it's in its right spot because I didn't really lose any plastic. We added some extra just to get a little practice in using this thing, and it worked out really well. We are going to now attempt to get Robbie's heater box back together and back in the truck, and that'll be coming in the hopefully fourth and final installment of the K5 Blazer heater core replacement. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Fixing plastic ain't all that hard, apparently. Well, we'll see if it works. It feels really rigid and it's not even thoroughly cooled yet. But I think it's going to work. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, give us that thumbs up. And if you like what we're doing here at Axel's Garage, subscribe to our channel. And as always, thanks for watching.